All right, let's just dive right in. Today, we are talking about what is, without a doubt, one of the most consequential races in human history, the sprint to build artificial general intelligence. And this isn't just about fancier chatbots. We're talking about a technology that could fundamentally reshape our world. And the finish line, well, it might be a whole lot closer than any of us are ready for.
I mean, let's kick things off with a prediction that just stops you in your tracks. Elon Musk thinks we are just a couple of years, 2 years, away from an AI that outsmarts the most brilliant person on Earth. It's a stunningly bold claim, and honestly, it perfectly captures the wild optimism and just the breakneck speed of this entire field.
So what is this thing we're racing towards? AGI. It's not like the AI we have today, which is really good at one specific thing, like winning a chess or generating an image. No, AGI is the theoretical holy grail. It's a system that can learn, reason, and apply its smarts to pretty much any intellectual problem a human can tackle. This is the ultimate goal, the stated mission of all the big, well-funded AI labs.
Which brings us to our first huge point. This isn't some distant sci-fi dream anymore. The timeline for getting there is a subject of incredibly intense debate. And the goalposts, well, they're moving closer at a speed that is just astonishing.
You've kind of got two main camps right now. On one side, you have the industry insiders, the people actually building these things. And many of them are saying AGI could be here in just 2 to 5 years. On the other side, you've got the broader scientific community, and they're pointing more towards the middle of the century, say 2040 to 2061. But here's the absolute key. It doesn't matter which side you're on. Everyone agrees the timeline is shrinking, and it's shrinking fast.
And this right here really shows you what I mean. In 2022, a massive survey of AI scientists put the median guess for AGI at around 2053. Okay, just 1 year later, that same survey was done again. The new median? 2040. The expert consensus literally leaped forward by 13 years in the span of a single year. That's just wild.
So what is pouring fuel on this fire? It's raw, brute force computing power. Since 2012, the amount of compute used to train these massive AI models has been doubling every 3.4 months. To put that in perspective, that completely demolishes the famous Moore's Law, which talked about doubling every 2 years. We are in a totally different universe of growth here.
And this insane growth has created this powerful feedback loop, which some people call the AGI flywheel. See, the quest for AGI produces these incredibly powerful, even if they're still narrow, AIs like GPT-4. Companies then use these tools to generate just massive amounts of profit, which is then immediately reinvested back into more AGI research. It's this self-powering engine that's just spinning faster and faster.
Now, this acceleration isn't just numbers on a spreadsheet. We're actually starting to see really startling new abilities pop up in today's models, capabilities that are seriously starting to blur the line between a narrow, specialized AI and a truly general one.
And this is not just hype. I'm talking about top-tier researchers at Microsoft. After putting GPT-4 through its paces, they published a whole paper about how it showed sparks of AGI. They were seeing these little glimmers, these early but to them unmistakable signs of the entire AGI project.
And these new skills are showing up everywhere. We're talking human level and sometimes even way better than human level performance in really complex fields, coding, law, visual reasoning, you name it. There was even one advanced model that beat the typical human score on a test that was specifically designed to be a benchmark for AGI.
So what's next? Well, the next frontier is something called agentic AI. Okay, so instead of an AI that just sits there waiting for you to type a prompt, imagine an AI that you can give a complex goal to, and it can then perceive its environment, create its own multi-step plan, and then go out and act on its own to achieve it. This is not a research project anymore. This is being built into the next generation of products as we speak.
All right, so all of this progress is just mind-blowing. But it also leads to this really deep, kind of unsettling question. Just because a machine can perform these incredible feats, does that mean it actually understands the world in a way that we would consider safe or aligned with what we actually want?
And that, right there, brings us to what many experts believe is the single biggest, most difficult hurdle on the path to AGI. It's called the alignment problem. It's the challenge of making sure these unbelievably powerful systems are actually working for us, and not just blindly executing on the goals we give them.
So at its heart, AI alignment is about a simple idea. How do you build an AI that doesn't just follow the letter of the law, but the spirit of it? How do you make sure an intelligence that could become far greater than our own is actually a partner, and not just some powerful, unpredictable tool we've unleashed?
Yeah, this is so crucial to understand. The real danger here probably isn't some evil Hollywood sci-fi AI that wakes up and decides it hates humanity. The far more likely and frankly more terrifying risk is a superintelligence that we give a seemingly benign goal, maximize efficiency or cure cancer, and it pursues that goal with such relentless alien logic that it causes totally unforeseen, catastrophic side effects for us.
And this is the absolute core of the challenge. How on earth are we supposed to program human values into a machine when we humans can't even agree on what those values are in the first place?
Let's make this real for a second. Just look at something we deal with every day. Content moderation on social media. We want to protect people from harmful content, right? Of course. But we also cherish the idea of free expression. These are both core human values, but they're constantly at war with each other. We struggle to find the right balance every single day. Now imagine trying to hand that problem over to an AGI and telling it to solve it perfectly for everyone on the planet.
So you can see the position we're in. We have this technological rocket ship that is just blasting off, while the slow, messy, incredibly complicated work of figuring out the safety features and the steering is struggling to even get off the ground.
And listen, don't just take my word for it. The leaders of the very labs building this stuff, the CEOs and top researchers, have gone on record warning that advanced AI, if we get it wrong, could pose catastrophic, even existential risks to humanity. The call is literally coming from inside the house. To get a handle on this, we have to solve some massive governance problems. Like, how do we make these systems transparent so we can see how they're making decisions? How do we set up global standards for reporting when things go wrong? And how do we even begin to tackle the biases that we know get baked into these models, leading to unfair and harmful outcomes?
And that's pretty much the state of play right now. It is a high-stakes global race where the incredible forces of scientific progress and unbelievable profit are running head-on into these profound unsolved problems of safety and control. We are, and there's no other way to put it, moving much, much faster than we can steer.
Decades ago, way back in 1965, a pioneering statistician named I.J. Good just nailed the stakes of all this. He said that the first ultra-intelligent machine will be the last invention humanity ever needs to make. But then he added that one huge, haunting condition, provided we can figure out how to keep it under control. And that really is the question that hangs over everything. The technology is accelerating, the timelines are shrinking, the capabilities are exploding. The only question left on the table is, are any of us really prepared for what comes next?